Good morning, Year 1. Happy Friday. It's the last day of the week. So as usual, we're going to start with our reading. So remember to pause each page to read and then have a go at the questions. Okay, so we've got our phonics. So again, we've got a video for you to watch.
Hi everyone, I'm Danny Sebastian. You may have seen me on a programme on CBeebies called Jump Rescue. I've got to tell you, I love presenting and I also love reading. Now, are you ready for your letters and sounds phonic lesson today? Enjoy it!
Hello children, how are you today? Are you ready to start our letters and sounds lesson and learn to read some new words? Let's start by reading some phonemes you know. I'll show you the graphemes on the cards and I want you to read them aloud. This first card says Oi. Are you ready to have a go? Let's begin. Let's check you got them right. Read them aloud with me. Oi. Oi. F. Ooh. Or. 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 E. 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 I or E. Er. Er. Or O. O. Or O. I'm going to mix the cards up. I'm going to put them in a different order. Can you read them now? Off you go. Excellent. Let's check you got them right. Read them aloud with me. Oi. O or O. E. Or 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 oi or o o I or E E E. Well done! Super sounds. Let's read some words with graphemes we already know. Here's my first word. Can you spot the digraph? Yes, the digraph is Now sound out and blend the word as I point. Herbs. Herbs are fragrant plants we use in cooking. What about this word? Can you spot the digraph? That's right. The digraph is here. Now sound out and blend. Stern. Do you remember our stern face from yesterday when we were being strict? Show me your stern face. I'll show you mine. Here's my third word. Can you spot the digraph? That's correct. The digraph is here. It says E. Now sound out and blend as I point. Sh, E, L, D. Shield. Did you get it right? Here's another word. Sound out and blend as I point. B, A, G, E, L. Bagel. But we say bagel. A bagel filled with cheese. That sounds yummy. Here's my final word. Can you spot the digraphs? Yes, there are two digraphs. Here is or, and here is ch. Now sound out and blend as I point. L, or, n, ch. Launch. You can launch a boat or a rocket. Great reading. Now I'm going to mix the words up. Can you read the words on the cards without any help from me? Are you ready? Off you go. Well, let's check. Read them with me. Bagel. launch, stern, shield, herbs. Well done! Great reading! Today, we are learning to read a new way of writing the sound O. Copy me. O. 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 Let's sound talk some words with the phoneme O. Copy me. T. O. T. O. T. O. Toe. You have toes on your foot. Copy me. D. O. D. O. D. O. Doe. A doe is a female deer. A doe looks like this. Let's sound talk our final word. Copy me, say the sounds, and then blend the sounds to say the word. J. O. J. O. J. O. Joe. Joe is a boy's name. Do you know anybody called Joe? We know the sound O is written like this. And it can be also written like this. And like this. But today, our new grapheme for the sound O looks like this. Can you read the sound O each time I show you the digraph? Brilliant. Now let's read some words with our new grapheme for the sound O. Here's my first word. Sound out and blend. Now let's read the word together. T-O. Toe. Did you get it right? Fantastic! Here's my second word. Sound talk and blend as I point. Now let's read the word together. F-O. Foe. A foe is somebody who is not your friend at all. Here's my third word. Sound talk and blend as I point. Let's read the word together. D-O. Doe. Did you get it right? Here's my final word. Sound talk each grapheme and then blend to read the word aloud. G-O-S. Goes. She goes on the bus to get to school. Can you read these words now without any help from me? Are you ready? Let's check. Read them with me. Toe, foe, doe, goes. I'm going to mix the words up. Can you read the words on the cards without any help? Off you go. Let's check. Read them with me. Foe, toe, goes, doe. Super reading of the O grapheme. Well done. Right, now let's move on to learning to read tricky words. We are going to learn to read the tricky word friend. Here it is. Well, the first bit is easy. But the tricky bit is here. It says e. And then the end here, d, is easy too. Sound, talk and blend as I point. Now read the word with me. D. Friend. Well done. Now read it to yourself. What's the word? I can't hear you. Yes, that's right. The word is friend. Now let's practice reading these tricky words that you have met before. Can you remember the tricky bits? Yes, the tricky bits are here. It says and here it says ooh. Can you read the word? Let's read it together. Ooh. Who? Yes, the word is who. Let's practice reading another tricky word. Can you remember the tricky bits? Yes, the tricky bits are here. It says are, or you can say ah. And here it says f. And the end says t. Can you read the word? Let's read it together. T. Laughed. You might also say t. Laughed. Let's read some sentences with our new grapheme in it. Here is my first sentence. Can you see the word with our new grapheme O? Yes, here it is. O. Can you see the tricky word we learnt to read today? Yes, here it is. Friend is our tricky word. Now I want you to read aloud as I point to the words. And remember to sound out any words that you're not sure of. Are you ready? Excellent reading. Now let's read the sentence together. He is my friend, not my foe. Let's read it one more time. Read again with me as I point to the words. He is my friend, not my foe. Fantastic! I am glad that they have a good friend. I wouldn't want a foe. Here's my second sentence. Can you see the word with our new grapheme O? Yes, this word here has our new grapheme O. Can you see any other words with digraphs? Yes, this word has the split vowel digraph I, and this word has the sound. Now, I want you to read aloud as I point to the words. And remember again, sound out any words that you're not sure of. Are you ready? Fantastic reading. Now let's read it together. I like herbs and tomatoes in my bagel. Let's read it one more time. Read again with me as I point to the words. I like herbs and tomatoes in my bagel. That sounds really tasty. Wow! Let's finish by spelling some words, because if you can read a word, then you can have a go at spelling it. You will need your paper and something to write with. Let's spell two words with today's grapheme O. Let's spell toe. Segment the sounds with me. Toe. T-O. Let's count how many sounds there are. Toe. T-O. That's 2 sounds. Watch me write toe. The first sound is T. And the second sound is O. T-O. Toe. Now I'd like you to have a go. Say the word. Say the sounds. Write them down. And remember, there are 2 sounds. And don't forget the digraph O. Okay, let's check our spelling. Does your word match mine? Check it and change anything if you need to. T-O. Toe. Okay, now let's spell another word. Let's spell goes. Segment the sounds with me. Goes. G-O-Z. Let's count how many sounds there are. Goes. G-O-Z. That's 3 sounds. Watch me write goes. The first sound is G. And the second sound is O. And the final sound, Z. G-O-S. Goes. Now I'm going to hide the word. And I'd like you to have a go. Say the word. Say the sounds. Write them down. And remember, there are 3 sounds. And don't forget the digraph O. Keep going. Okay, let's check our spelling. Have a look at your word. Does it look like mine? G-O-S. Goes. Now let's learn to spell a tricky word. We can read the word friend, so now let's spell it. Segment the sounds with me. Friend. F-R-E-N-D. Friend. Let's count how many sounds there are. Friend. F-R-E-N-D. That's 5 sounds. Watch me write friend. And the next bit is tricky. The I and the E say eh. And the rest is easy. N. D. Let's check we've got 5 sounds. F, R, E, N, D. Friend. Now I'd like you to have a go. Say the word. Say the sounds. What's the tricky bit? The letters I and E say eh. Write them down. Remember, it's got 5 sounds. Okay? You ready? Let's check our spelling. Check our words look the same. Remember, you can change it if you've made a mistake. F, R, E, N, D. Friend. Now let's practice spelling a tricky word that you've met before. Laughed. But some people say laughed. Segment the sounds with me. Laughed. L, a, f. Let's count how many sounds there are. Laughed. L, a, f, t. That's 4 sounds. Watch me write laughed. Think carefully about the tricky bits. The first sound says l. And the next bit is tricky. It says ah, but some people say ah. The next bit is tricky too. It says f. And then the ending is also tricky. It says t. Let's check for our 4 sounds. L, a, f, t. Laughed. And some people say l, a, f, t. Laughed. Now I'd like you to have a go. Say the word. Say the sounds. Remember the 3 tricky bits. The letters A, U say A, G, H say F, and E, D at the end says T. Write them down. Remember 4 sounds. Keep going. Okay. Let's check that both of our words look the same. How did you get on? Change it if you need to. Well done, children. You've worked so hard practicing reading and spelling. See you tomorrow for another lesson with letters and sounds.
Hi children, I hope you enjoyed your letters and sounds lesson. You have worked really hard and we are so proud of you. Why don't you celebrate by sharing a lovely book together with someone at home?
Okay, as usual, we've got our maths, so we've got a video and then some questions to have a go at.
So today we're going to learn about making arrays. But what are arrays? Arrays have rows and columns, and you've probably seen examples of arrays in lots of places. These look like yummy examples. So, if arrays have rows and columns, what would that look like? Well, the rows go left to right. This is a row, and this is a row. So these tarts have 2 rows. Let's take a look at the chocolates. I wonder how many rows there are of chocolates. There are 4 rows of chocolates. And how about those donuts? That's right. There are 4 rows of donuts as well. Doesn't seem like there's the same amount of donuts as chocolates. Anyway, let's keep going. So we know that rows go side to side, but what about columns? Ah, columns go up and down. So let's have a look at the columns in each of these delicious boxes. 3 columns with the tarts, 5 columns in the chocolates, and only 3 columns in the donuts. I wonder which one has the most. In these pictures, we have some windows, and they remind me of arrays. How many columns are in these arrays? Remember that columns go up and down. Let's take a look at the first window. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 columns. And in the second example, how many columns? Yes, there are 2 columns. How many rows are in these arrays? Remember, rows go side to side, from left to right. Here we see 2 rows in the windows. How many rows are in the other picture of the windows? Did you see 4 rows? Excellent. How many windows? That looks like a lot of windows. So let's break this down and think first, how many rows are there? Remember, rows go side to side, so there are 4 rows. Now, how many windows are in each row? It's sort of like counting the columns. That's right, there are 5 windows in each row. But what I really want to know is, how many windows are there altogether? We could count them one by one. That would take a while. Or we could skip count. Did you skip count? What did you skip count by? We know that there are 20 windows altogether. Let's try one last example. How many shells are there? Well, we can see here that there are 3 rows. But how many shells are in each row? Oh, the same number of shells are in each row as there are the number of rows. There are 3 shells in each row. So, if there are 3 rows and 3 shells in each row, there are 9 shells altogether. Excellent job. And that's the end of this lesson for today. It's time now for you to pause and have a go at your White Rose Maths worksheet. But if you don't have a worksheet, you can find loads of material available on the BBC Bite Size website. Have fun!
Okay, so you've got your maths questions, so remember to pause each one and then mark them. Okay, so we've got our writing now, so have a go at the task by pausing your screen. And that's the end of our video for today. I hope you have a lovely weekend and I will see you next week.